What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Agrarian Skies 2. Oh yeah, guys. So I've been doing some stuff off camera. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. I made some new runes over here. So our blood altar by default can hold 10,000 LP inside of it, right? So there are ways to increase that capacity. There are runes, these different ones here. We have the rune of augmented capacity, which I can't remember how much this adds. It adds a little bit. And then there is the better ones, the rune, the superior capacity. Now the way these work, I think it's if you have up to 13 or 14 of these runes of augmented capacity, it's better to use these than the superior capacity, because the superior capacity increase it by 1%, whereas the first ones increase it by a set amount. Anyway, I think it's like once you reach about 13 or 14, it's better to use the bigger ones. So I have 20 of these superior capacities down here. I wanted to get our altar to be able to store a lot more LP in it, so when we do some crafting, I don't have to reach immediately for the orb and start clicking it, that we will have some stuff ready to go already. So if we go and grab our sigil of holding and we right click on the altar, we can see that it has, I guess it's draining a little bit right now. We can see that it has 64,275 LP in it, whereas our base one over here that doesn't have any capacity changes to it, this guy holds 10,000 LP. So yeah, it's a lot better over here for our crafting, and I think that's what we need to do. There are more runes that we can make to increase the amount of LP that's in our LP network here. You can see that we have, is that 1 million or 10 million? I think that is 1 million. Anyway, we can increase that by adding in these runes. I think it is the rune of the orb, which adds more capacity to our LP network. We don't really have a use for this at the moment, but there are some rituals and things like that in blood magic later on that require your LP network to be at a certain level, so we might have to do that. We'll get to that point when that becomes a thing that we need to do. For right now, we're not going to worry about that. So what I was looking at doing is I made these runes of sacrifice over here. This should be enough to upgrade our other altar to the tier 6 once we get the correct blocks that are going to replace the purple glowstone. So I was looking at that actually. So let's go to blood magic, and it's these blocks right here, the crystal cluster. These are what are supposed to be in place of these purple glowstones back here. So normally to get these items, you have to spawn in a demon invasion. And people have told me in the comments, because I had mentioned it over a couple of different episodes, that you don't really have to do a demon invasion in this particular mod pack. It's been changed. So I started poking around, and sure enough, if you put a weak blood shard in the blood altar on a tier 3, requires 35,000 LP, you can get yourself a life shard. I thought I saw the same recipe. This is how we got the master blood orb, wasn't it? This guy right here. It's the same exact recipe, but this is on a tier 4. So the weak blood shard in a tier 3 will get us the item that we're looking for. So we need to scale back our altar or build another one of the two. Probably scale back our altar to a tier 3 so we can start crafting these guys. Now, 35,000 LP on a tier 3, that's going to take a long time. We'll have to figure out how long that's going to take. And then these soul shards here, looks like we can take the life shard that we get from the other stage with some weak blood shards, and we can put that in the alchemic chemistry set to make this guy. So that is really cool. That only requires 200 LP in our network, which we have plenty of. So that won't be an issue at all. It looks like the hardest part is going to be getting these life shards, which requires a lot on a tier 3. So currently our altar right now is on a tier 5. And let's see. So this would be tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 is this ring right here. So we need to get rid of this ring. And I guess we could remove one of the runes down there, or simply remove one of these large bloodstone bricks. Okay, so if we click on our altar now, this is a tier 3, Yep. Okay, so next thing is we need to grab one of these weak blood shards and stick it in. And let's see if that actually crafts up. How is this going? Okay, so it's 35,000 LP and it is draining very slowly. Oh man. Maybe I'm gonna have to grab those speed runes back out again. Yeah, I think that's what we need to do. So let's use our resonant exchanger here. Click on this guy, shift click on it, and we'll click on those, put those back. Okay. How is this going now? Oh, I'm not clicking on the thing. Yeah, our altar just lost all that extra LP, but that is making it go a little bit faster. Not really a heck of a lot faster, but I now need to grab the orb once again and start putting stuff into our altar and babysit this. Oh my goodness. This is gonna take a minute. So I tell you guys what, we needed something like, I don't know. These guys right here. We need like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we need 9 of those red ones for each. Oh man. So that's like 36 total of these red ones we're gonna need because each one of these blue ones requires a red one. Okay, so I tell you guys what, I am going to spend some time here, babysit this thing. Hopefully we will get this going in a reasonable amount of time, and we'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, so a mistake I made last episode, I just want to address real quick because it's actually relevant now. We made the ritual diviner, and I was saying how this couldn't place dusk runes. I was under the impression that in order to make the next level so it can place the dusk runes, we had to put in both the dusk inscription tool and the light one, but no, I'm wrong. So there is one right here, the upgrade, that we can just add the dusk runes, or I guess the dusk inscription tools to it so it can place the dusk runes. It requires some demonic slates. And then there's a third recipe that you put on the light ones separate, and that it requires the ethereal slates, which we can't do yet. Those require, well, I guess we could make those on a tier 5. But anyway, this required the tier 6, so we can't do that. So yeah, we can go ahead and make these. I went ahead and I made the demonic slates, and I made a couple of extra of the dusk rune thingies, putting coal into the altar, so we should be able to make that. Okay, so that upgrades this guy. So now we can place dusk runes with it. My mistake, sorry about that. So I went ahead and I have made 2 of these so far, 2 or 3, I can't remember. I made 3 of the life shards, and this really does take a long time to make each one. And I don't want to sit here and have to babysit this, so I'm going to set up another ritual, or another Well of Suffering ritual underneath our crafting altar, so I can just kind of walk away, it'll fill it up, and we can just let things happen automatically. And yeah, so here's a ritual diviner, and this is set to, well, I guess it's not set to anything, so we should be able to go to Well of Suffering. Let's get rid of this guy, and if we click this, it should place all of the runes since it can now do dusk runes. There we go. That's much better. So that's the way this thing is supposed to work. I think I have everything in my inventory. Yes, I do. Okay, so good. So now we have our Well of Suffering. Can I land, please? We have our Well of Suffering number 2 over here underneath our crafting altar. I'm going to go ahead and make up the dark glass, set it up exactly the same as this one that we did last episode. Set it up exactly the same as this. And then we should be able to make our life shards a little bit easier so I can watch a movie or whatever while that's crafting up. Alright guys, I'll get on that and I will see you in a little bit. Be right back, guys. Alright guys, so I thought I'd give you a little bit of an update on what's going on over here. So the Well of Suffering down below fills up the blood altar like we've seen, but it's based on the number of mobs that are taking damage, and it's also based on these runes of sacrifice. How many of those are around the altar determines how much LP goes into the altar every single tick that these mobs take damage down there, right? So I got to thinking about it. Like, this is the one that we set up for just automatically filling up our LP network. And we got like 3-4 mobs in there, maybe 5, just depends how often they spawn on the cursed earth, which isn't a whole lot. So it's not making a whole lot of LP, but it's enough to keep our LP network full, right? So I got to thinking about it, and what I've done in the past is I have used witches inside of the Well of Suffering. Like, I spawn them in manually, and then the witches drink potions and they keep themselves alive and they never die off. But if you walk too far away from them, they'll despawn like any other mob. So if you use a name tag on them, they never despawn, they never die because they continually use potions, and it's just pretty much the best mob to use. So what I did is I went ahead and I named a witch in the Safari Net. I named a dinner bone, so they're upside down, which is kind of funny. Dinner bone. And we can tell the difference between, you know, a regular witch and the ones that we spawned in manually. So I went over to our little spawning area over here, and I spawned in a few of them. Used the spawn exact copy yes, which takes a decent amount of time actually to spawn these in. We have to wait through the idle timer, and then it takes about 15 to 20 seconds per mob. It takes a decent amount of time to spawn one in. But anyway, we're not going to spawn any more of these things. So I went ahead and I spawned them in, just let them spawn in over here, grabbed a couple Safari Nets, brought them over this way, and then came back and forth, and so on and so forth. And I put in a decent amount of witches over here. I didn't count them. There's about 20, I would say, in here. And that's allowed me to put in a whole bunch of speed runes back into our tier 3. I did have to leave 3 of these runes as sacrifice. I was keeping an eye on this and trying to keep this balanced. So as they were taking damage, it would fill up the altar, and that's keeping it at about full all the time. If I put in one more speed rune, it starts going down over time, which I don't know if that's good or not. But anyway, I just wanted to keep this thing full. So this is the way we have it going. You can kind of watch the level of this decrease and then increase every single tick. The Well of Suffering does its thing. Yeah, we got 5 of these life shards in here now, so we have 31 more automatically cooking up over here. I'm gonna AFK, let this stuff happen, and I will be back once this is done. See you in a bit, guys. Alright guys, so it just finished crafting, and I had to look at how long it's been since that last clip, and it was about 1 hour and 10 minutes that it took for the rest of those to finish crafting. So that's awesome that is finally done. We might need to make some more of these weak blood shards. I was just looking a moment ago, in these crystal clusters, to make the soul shards, we need 3 per one of these blue ones. We need 4 blue ones per one of these. So we need 16 times 3, which is, I don't know, 40 some 52. I don't know. Math is hard. I'm not trying to math right now. So anyway, we need 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. If I could do that again, 4 of these guys per crystal cluster, and then we're gonna need 3 of these. 2, 3. Yeah, we're definitely not gonna have enough. Oh, I didn't put in. There we go. Yeah, we're definitely not gonna have enough of these weak blood shards. So we also need, do I have it over here, the master? I do. Oh, you know what? This one is not linked to, I don't think that's going to work. Let's leave that one alone. Let's go ahead and grab one of these. The apprentice one, I think it said would work in the recipe. Yeah, I want that master one not linked, so it will be able to shift click in and craft and stuff like that. So that should be all we need to do. Yeah, we got the little swirlies up there, so things are happening. Okay, so there is 1 soul shard. That's awesome. Now that says :29. Did these say colon? Yeah, I guess they did. Okay, so that's 28, 29. Got it. And then, there we go. Okay, so now we have 4 of those, but we're going to need some more of these weak blood shards. So if we check the uses for this thing, I'm pretty sure there was a way that we can duplicate these. Let's see. Oh, we can do ender shards. I wonder. Anyway, I was gonna say I wonder what those are used for, but I don't think we're gonna be looking at that right now. I know there was a way to duplicate these. Ah, right here. Okay, so we need to take one of these orbs plus a blood shard and then an imbued slate, and that'll give us 4 more of the weak blood shards. I don't believe I have any of the imbued slates right now. Let's check. And we only have the blank slates and the reinforced slates. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and duplicate these weak blood shards, make some of these imbued slates, make the crystal clusters. Actually, you know what? Let's just make one real quick together before I end this clip. There's that guy and that guy. There's one of those, so that's not too difficult. Okay. Alright, so we have all 4 of these crystal clusters made, which is awesome. This is like the hard part to get ourselves to the top tier blood altar. So let's see, we have a resonant exchanger, and we need to place one of these down real quick. So let's do that. We'll use the exchanger. So that is now set. We'll go ahead and exchange these purple glowstones over here. Let's turn hover mode on. So exchange you, and you, and you, and you. Awesome. Okay, so now we're at the point where we should be able to get tier 6. We need to replace this final layer of stone around the bottom, though. We do have a few different types of runes, not a whole lot of ones that we want to use, but we'll go ahead and make use of them. Like these runes of self-sacrifice, I think will be fine. So let's go ahead and we'll break that guy and stick this rune in its place. Yep. Okay, so I'll shift right click on that, hit page up a few times, and then we can right click on these guys, and then I'll fill all of these stone in with the correct runes that we're gonna want. Well, at least enough runes here so we can see if this does in fact make us the tier 6 altar. Okay, so that's done. Over here, very good. And then one final click. All right, so are we at tier 6 now? That is the question. I don't have the thing on me, do I? Where is it? I must have put that, oh no, on my hotbar. Oh my goodness, it's right in front of my face. So there it is, tier 6, that is awesome. I think that's the first time I've ever gotten to a tier 6 blood altar. So yeah, very happy about that. So we did not have to do the demon invasion, obviously, which you'd have to do in any other mod pack as far as I know. But now that we got this done, I'm going to have to do this again. Not right now, but I am going to have to do it again. Make all of those life crystals or life shards or whatever those are. Soul shards and all of that stuff. And we're going to have to set those up for this altar over here as well. But again, I'll do that at some other time in the future because that takes a lot of time, guys. Yeah, even with all the speed runes and trying to balance this out and have them well as suffering down there doing a lot of the work, it was still, you know, over an hour. It was probably close to 2 hours for everything to get that to craft. That's a long time to just kind of wait around for that kind of stuff. So pretty cool that we got that tier 6. So now we should be able to make the final pieces to our ritual diviner. And yeah, okay. So let's see. We want, man, I got so much stuff in my inventory, I can't find what I'm looking for. So glowstone, we wanted to get 2 pieces of this glowstone and put that through our blood altar. Let's go ahead and make a thing for that so that doesn't get sucked out. We'll put those in there. Now the altar should be good where it should craft everything without me having to interfere with it. Yeah, okay, I was getting a little worried there. It was sucking down the altar's stuff pretty quickly. So there we go, elemental inscription tool Dawn. Okay, so there is our ritual diviner. Let's go ahead and see if we can craft this. Actually, I should look at the recipe because we're probably gonna need some stuff here. Yeah, we need the ethereal slates. That's right. Okay, so we need to craft up a couple of ethereal slates. So let's see. We need 2 blank slates, and those will turn into the reinforced. And then we'll have to set a pattern here. I'm kind of curious, though, with the tier 6 altar, if this is going to go as fast as I think it will, or if it's going to take a moment to craft everything. Okay, so that went into the reinforced slates pretty quickly. And then this is the faster recipe here, where it's going into the imbued slate. Yep, that was pretty quick. So how fast does it go into the next stage? We'll put those back in. Let's check this out. I don't know if it's going to empty the blood altar trying to get this all done or not. And it's not going much faster, it doesn't seem like. It is drawing a lot of LP out of that altar, though. Okay, well, there we go. Demonic. Now, it was the next tier, right, that we needed for this? Yeah, Ethereal Slate is a Demonic Slate in a tier 5. Okay. And then, yeah, that's the Demonic. So let's set the pattern for this so that doesn't get pulled out as well. Yeah, that's going pretty quickly there. Are we going to have enough stuff in there that I won't have to hit the orb? Hopefully. 'Cause I'd rather not. Yeah, there we go. All right, that's good. So there's our Ethereal Slate. So we got those. We got this. What else did we need? Anything else? Just the Ritual Diviner? All right, so we got the new Ritual Diviner all hooked up. We crafted this up, and now it says that it can place Dusk and Dawn runes. So that's pretty cool. Right, so it doesn't have a ritual ID since we just crafted it. It's brand new, so we'd have to shift right click on this thing to set the new rituals that we're gonna do. I don't think we're gonna do a ritual right now, but now we have the top end one, so we should be able to place all the runes without having to worry about it ever again, which is super awesome. Okay, so back to the quest book. Let's go ahead and actually jump into this for the first time. So it says that we have a quest with an unclaimed reward. Let's check out what that is. So yeah, under Mystical Blood, we have a quest with unclaimed, and that would be more network space. So I went ahead and I did this on my own, and yeah, it looks like that was a quest in here already. So this is your altar too small? Do you need to store more LP than it can take? The Rune of Augmented Capacity should help there. Each one adds 2,000 LP to the amount an altar can store. Its older brother, the Rune of Superior Capacity, can add even more. But like I was talking about earlier, once you get about 14 of these things, it's better to switch over to the other ones. It might be 12. I can't remember the exact number. But, 20 of them, I switched over to the Superior one. Oh, and that's actually what it's going to give us right here, a Rune of Superior Capacity. Okay, that's cool. So let's go and claim that. Alright, so we got a few blinky things left on this page. So I'm curious, we were looking at this Telewetsup before, and this wanted us to make these different sigils, and I can't remember. I think there was something further along than we were. Yeah, Sigil of Ender Severance. And that is a demonic slate, some of this stuff. Put those Endermen in a dire situation. Okay, so we can make that. That's not too bad. And then this other one, Sigil of... That's right. So this wanted us to do some of the elementals and things like that. And we aren't quite there yet. And then we need this Corrupt Mineral, which is a Wither Skeleton. Well, that's not too bad. I don't know if we have the extra Wither Skeleton skulls laying around, though. We might come back to this quest at another time. Let's also look at these other ones we had here. So we had Blood Writing, and this says if hunting down squid for ink doesn't suit you, and you don't mind a few paper cuts, consider using Blood for Ink. It will pull its ink from your LP network anytime it's in your inventory. If your network is empty, it will refill from you. So I'm not sure exactly. Bloody Scrivener's tools. Scriveners? I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm not sure what this thing is used for. Hunting down squid for ink doesn't suit you. So does this just replace like an ink sac or something in a crafting recipe? I don't know. How do we even make one of these? Let's figure that out. So this is Forbidden Magic and Weak Blood Orb. Oh, we have to Shapeless Arcane Crafting, Arcane Work Table. Okay, so we need a Bucket of Life from Blood Magic, Glass Bottle, Weak Blood Orb, a Feather. We got some of these things together. So we'll grab a bucket, Feather. Got one of those. What was the other ones? A Glass Bottle we have plenty of. We got 2,500 right there. And the final thing was a Weak Blood Orb, and then we just need to craft that on an Arcane Crafting Table. Okay, so Weak Blood Orb, we'll go and grab that guy from over here. And then we're going to have to figure out how to get the Bucket of Life, because I'm not entirely sure how to do that. If we can just click a bucket on the altar and get it, or... Doesn't look like that's the case. I know we can pipe out of this thing, but it's like really, really slow to do that. Let's grab... What do we want? Let's grab... Do we have some kind of a tank? We'll use a portable tank. We'll grab a fluid duct. One of those. Servo. Okay, let's see if we can pull out of this thing at any reasonable rate. Now, I can't remember if we can put into the bottom of these portable tanks or not. So I kind of want to do that and then stick this on top right like so. We'll find out here in a moment that that's going to allow us to do this. Then ignore it. So that should pull out. Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's filling up. That actually goes a lot quicker than I remember it being able to go. It is slowing down, though. I wonder why. Anyway, we can click that with a bucket. Yes, we can. Okay, so that is pretty quick to get that going. We'll just let that fill up over there, and we'll have a reserve in case we need to craft something later. So there's that guy, this guy, that one, and one of those. Insufficient V. So we don't have enough of the water. How much do we have in there? Oh, yeah, that is pretty low, isn't it? Okay, well... Let's see, I guess I'll go to the nether and start killing some monsters to get that filled back up. I know there's better ways to get these wands recharged. We really are going to have to start looking at doing that pretty quickly. I also did move our nether portal over here, and now that I'm thinking about it, it's probably too dark on the top of this. No, I just hit F7, I don't see any yellow X's. Oh yeah, right there, okay. Torch. Right. Yeah, I moved the nether portal up here because I was tired of going down every time I wanted to go to the nether. And then I put some fence gates to trap in pigmen or whatever. Alright, so I am going to get my wand recharged. I'm going to craft that up and we'll be right back, guys. Alright, so a few pigmen later, we got our wand completely recharged, which is great. And there we go. There is our crafted item. So again, I'm not really sure what this is used for. I'm sure, well, it says current owner me. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look this item up and figure that out. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue on here. So that's going to give us 4 red heart canisters. We can't really use those anymore since we've already crafted all of the ones that we need. Or that we can use, I should say. So let's go and take that reward bag. We don't really need the full heart. And this is a greater reward bag. Alright. And that is a wooden hand rake and some crops. Well, not the best items in the world, but we can use those. We've definitely been going through those a lot. And I'll put those canisters away as well. Okay, so back to the book. And health back up. And then blood cleansing, bloody redstone, divine insight. Yeah, we got a few more things in here. Oh, okay, Rune of Acceleration, Speed Rune. Alright, so let's do this one since we've already halfway done it. It says the Speed Rune makes your altar work faster. Each one increases altar speed by 20%. The Rune of Acceleration makes your altar drain faster. Okay, so this is what I was thinking we were going to need. That's to pull the fluid out of the altar and like we put it into the tank or whatever. That speeds that up, but we didn't really need to do anything with that. So let's go ahead and make one of those anyway to complete the quest. The Rune of Acceleration, this guy right here, that wants an ethereal slate, a speed rune, some buckets, and yeah, okay. So we need to craft up another ethereal slate. That wasn't too bad. I think we can just go ahead and, yeah, we haven't imbued. Put the imbued in there, and that should just go ahead and craft itself into what we need. Okay, there's our ethereal slate. That wasn't too bad. And the rest of the recipe, yeah, we 4 buckets, speed rune. Let's grab a speed rune out of here. Whoops, just one. And we should have everything. Now, I guess it just depends on which orb it's going to allow us to use. Archmage looks like the lowest level one so far. Transcendence. Okay, we might have to make a new orb. So we have the Master Blood orb. We can make the Archmage, which is, okay, so we can't make this just yet. We have to get the Demon Blood Shard. Interesting. Oh, we can make one of these Transcendent Blood Orbs on a tier 6, skipping the whole demon thing, but that's going to require us to make 9 of those other crystals we did earlier. Oh, man. And the Eldritch Blood Orb, okay, I guess that's something we'd have to research in Thaumcraft or the Forbidden Magic or whatever. I see. Okay, well, I tell you guys what, I'm gonna make a quick cut and do some research. I'm gonna figure out what this bloody Scrivener's tool actually is used for, and we will be right back. Alright guys, so as it turns out, those tools are actually used in this Thaumcraft table here. Now this had me confused since I'm not very familiar with Thaumcraft, and the Thaumcraft that I have done is like in these packs where the notes, the research notes are already done for you. You don't have to use scribing tools basically for anything. So you can replace that with this, but as far as I know, that's not serving us any purpose yet. Maybe later on, but yeah, I don't think we've used these scribing tools at all. I haven't had to replace this since we set up our Thaumcraft area. So I'll go and throw those into our system here. But off camera, I have done some stuff. So we need the Demon Blood Shard basically to get to the next tier of these orbs. And in order to do that, we have to spawn the elementals. So I have went ahead and I made all of these different elementals here, the elements and stuff. So Incendium, some blaze powder and lava and all of this stuff. And then, yeah, Sanctus and Ether, Terrae, Aqua Salus, and Tenebrae. Anyway, we have all of those made, and I went over and I set up the entire summoning area for blood magic. That's the tier 1 down here. That's all we're going to be using today. But then we have the tier 2, which is like the smaller one that I'm standing on. And then tier 3, I don't know if I've ever done tier 3 summoning before, but let's go ahead and get this started. So what we need is a blood orb in the center. And I think it has to be linked to you. I'm not entirely sure. And we will go ahead and do the ether one. We just have to place these around the 6. Is it 6? Or is it 8? Anyway. Yeah, I guess it is 6, isn't it? We have to place those all the way around. Lightning strikes like this. And eventually, a elemental materializes. Let's turn the magnet on too, because this thing's going to be flying around. This guy's a little crazy. He shoots you up in the air and all of that. Probably a good idea to put hover mode on. I hear that these things only have like 100 HP. Yeah, so that wasn't too bad. So we killed it and we did get the Demon Blood Shard. So we can go ahead and do that for the rest of these guys. I assume the fire elemental sets you on fire. It's been a while since I've done these. I've done them all before in the past. At least all the elementals. Oh, you know what? It looks like we are running out of food. Let's eat. Actually, our health is pretty low, isn't it? I don't know if that elemental was doing a lot of damage to us or what, but oh man, I didn't even notice that our health was down that low. So that elemental down there is spawned, I believe, but I don't think it'll be able to see us. I can see it on the mini-map flying out into the void. Let's just get healed up real quick and we'll take that one on. Okay, I think we're good. So yeah, we'll take this guy on. I think he's gonna try and set us on fire. Yeah, he did. How's our health? Our health is fine. Where is it? I can't see it. Come here, little guy. All right, we got you. Yeah, I don't know how my health got down that low, if that was the air elemental I wasn't paying attention or not, but that guy didn't really do too much damage to us. So I'm going to go ahead and summon the rest of these guys, and we will take those Demon Blood Shards and do the next step. See you in a bit, guys. Okay, that wasn't too bad. The worst one, I think, was the Water Elemental, which gave me Drowning 3, which that takes away your life really, really quickly. It's worse than Poison 2. One of them also did Poison 2 on me as well, but we ended up with 6 Demon Blood Shards. So I put the pattern in here, replaced the glowstone one. We could stick that into our altar, and yeah, that should turn into the next tier orb that we need. I do believe our altar should contain all of the LP that we need for this process to complete, and it does. Very cool. So Archmage's Blood Orb. Awesome. We're probably going to want another one of these over in our other altar over there, so it'll fill up our LP network that much higher. So to make the Rune of Acceleration, now we can do this. We need gold, Archmage's Blood Orb, some buckets. All right, let's do that real quick. And wait, oh yeah, got to put that in there manually. There we go, Rune of Acceleration. Okay, very cool. So that should complete this quest here. That's going to give us a blood tank as a reward. Let's claim that. Okay, I don't think that unlocked anything else. So let's take a look at this thing real quick. Yeah, Rune of Acceleration. Very cool. And we have 5 more of these demon blood shards. What else are these used for? So we can take a reinforced teleposition focus and the demon blood shard, and that turns it into a demonic teleposition focus, a stronger version of the focus using a demon shard or a demonic shard. Okay, I'm not sure what the differences are. Obviously, it's better some way. We can make it to use an awakened activation crystal. Probably gonna need that for the higher level rituals. Let's see, we did that one. Looks like we can do a blood staff core, which is kind of cool. Corrupted demon shard. Not sure what that is all about. What is the uses on this guy? That can be used to make a soul chunk claimer. That's a weird looking thing. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Soul corruption catalyst. Okay. Well, those are the only 2 things we can make, and that's from Sanguimancy. I see. Alright guys, well I tell you what, we've got a lot of stuff done today. I put in a lot of time trying to get all of those things crafted up. It's awesome. We have the highest tier blood altar. We're not done yet because I still have to do that over again for our other altar, but I'll work on that a little bit off camera. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on this episode if you did like it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching guys. Bye bye.